Day 606 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 840, magic squares and grid. The difficulty level is medium, so you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out that link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. A 3x3 magic square is a 3x3 grid filled with distinct numbers from 1 to 9 such that each row, column, and both diagonals have all the same sum. Given row times column grid of integers, how many 3x3 magic square subgrids are there? Note, while a magic square can only contain numbers 1 through 9, grid may contain numbers up to 15. All right, y'all, so that sounds pretty simple at first, but let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So in example 1, we have our input grid equals a 2D array of integers 4, 3, 8, 4. Then the next array is 9, 5, 1, 9. Then the next array is 2, 7, 2, 7, 6, 2. Excuse me, 2, 7, 6, 2. The output is 1. Explanation says the following subgrid is a 3x3 magic square. Now, before we get into this explanation, let's understand what we're trying to do. We are trying to create a 3x3 grid in this input grid that when we add up all of the numbers, each row, each column, and both diagonals have the same sum. So let's look at the examples. So this is the grid that they give us right here. Boom. So as you can see, if we add up 4 plus 3, that's 7 plus 8, that's 15. So that row is 15. 9 plus 6 plus 1, that's 15, right? So all the rows are going to equal 15. All the columns should equal 15 as well, right? So 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 6, that's 15. 3 plus 5 is 8, plus 7, that's 15, and so on. And the diagonals should be 15 as well. So 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 6, that's 15. 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 8 that's 15. So this is a 3x3 magic square that we created from this initial grid, and there's only one that we were able to create, so that's why the output is 1. It says this is not a grid, right? So say we chose this 3x3 grid right here, right? But if we chose this 3x3 grid, this would not be a magic square right here, this 3x3, boom, because 3 plus 8 is 11 plus 4, that's 15. 5 plus 1 is 6 plus 9, that's 15. And then 7 plus 6, that's plus 2, that's 15. However, look at this diagonal. 3 plus 1 is 4 plus 6 plus 2, that's 6. That's not 15. That doesn't equal 15. And 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 4, that's going to give us 12. That doesn't give us 15 either. So that's just an example of why it's not a 3x3 magic square, because the rows, columns, and diagonals all need to have the same sum, and in this case that's not the case, so this doesn't count. But this one does count, so we were able to get at least one magic square out of this in the input grid. So since we got one magic square out of it, the output is 1. Now let's take a look at example 2. Example 2 is just if they try to throw a trick question our way, where example 2, the input grid is just 8. We have one cell that's 8, and the output would still be 0. Even though there are no other cells, the output is still 0 because we cannot create a 3x3 grid with just this one 8. So I hope that makes sense to y'all. And now that we understand the question, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is not that difficult at all. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need a place to store the total number of 3x3 magic squares that we have found. So, or just another way to say we need to store our output somewhere or keep count. So we could declare a variable called ans, and we'll set that equal to 0 to start. Boom. Now, if the grid is smaller than 3x3, it cannot contain any magic squares. So similar to example 2, right? So to handle that, we'll just say if grid.count is less than 3, comma, or excuse me, not comma, 2 vertical lines for or grid square bracket 0 dot count is less than 3. Boom. Then we're going to open up the brackets and we can just return 0 right away. Boom. Then we're going to come underneath this and we need to iterate over all possible top left corners of the 3x3 subgrid. So we'll say for I in 0 dot less than grid dot count minus 2. We'll open up the brackets. Then we'll say for j in 0 dot less than grid square bracket 0 dot count, and that's going to represent the columns minus 2. Then we'll open up the brackets. And now we need a flag to track whether the current 3x3 subgrid is a magic square. So we can just declare a variable called flag, and we'll set that equal to true just to start. Boom. Now we need to compute the sum of the first row of the 3x3 subgrid, and this sum will be used as the reference value. So we'll come right here, declare a variable called sum, set that equal to 0, and then we are going to say for j1 in 0 dot less than 3. We'll open up the brackets and we'll say sum plus equals grid square bracket I square bracket j plus 1. Boom. Oh, excuse me, j plus j1, sorry. Boom. Now we need to set to track the unique numbers in the 3x3 subgrid used to ensure numbers 1 through 9 appear exactly once. So we'll come underneath this for loop right here. We'll declare a variable called set underscore m. We'll say colon, that's going to be a set less than int greater than, and we'll set that equal to a blank array. Boom. Now we need arrays to store the sum of each row and column. So we could come underneath this, declare a variable called row, set that equal to an array of integers. We'll say 0, 0, 0, just to start to initialize it, and do the same thing for the columns. We'll declare a variable called call, set that equal to an array of integers, 0, 0, 0, just to start. Boom. Now we need to compute the sums of the two diagonals. So we'll come underneath this, declare a variable called diag1, set that equal to grid square bracket I square bracket j plus grid square bracket I plus 1. Come outside of that, square bracket j plus 1. Then we'll come outside of that and we'll say plus grid square bracket I plus 2 plus square bracket j plus 2. Boom. Now we need to check the other diagonal. So we're going to declare a variable called diag2, and we're going to set that equal to grid square bracket I plus 2, plus 2 square bracket j. Boom. Then we're going to say plus grid square bracket I plus 1. Come outside of that. Square bracket j plus 1. Then we're going to come outside of that and say plus grid square bracket I. Come outside of that. Square bracket j plus 2. Boom. Now we need to traverse all cells in the current 3x3 subgrid. So we're going to come underneath this right here, and we're going to say for I1 in 0 dot less than 3. We're going to open up the brackets, and we're going to say for J1 in 0 dot less than 3. We're going to open up the brackets, and we're going to only insert values between 1 and 9 into the set, and this filters out invalid magic square values. So we're going to say if grid square bracket I plus I1, come outside of that, square bracket J plus J1, come outside of that, is less than or equal to 9, and two and signs, grid square bracket I plus I1, come outside of that, square bracket J plus J1, come outside of that, is greater than 0. Then we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to say set underscore M dot insert, open up the, insert, open up the parentheses, grid square bracket I plus I1, come outside of that, we're going to say square bracket J plus J1. Then we're going to accumulate the column sums by coming underneath this, and we'll say call square bracket J1, come outside of that, plus equals grid square bracket, grid square bracket I plus I1, come outside of that, square bracket J plus J1. Then we need to accumulate the row sums by, this should be called for columns. We need to accumulate the row sums by coming underneath this, and we're going to say row square bracket I1, come outside of that, we're going to say plus equals grid square bracket I plus I1, come outside of that, square bracket J plus J1. Boom. Now we need to check if both diagonals match the reference sum by coming right here outside of the for loop, and we're going to say if sum does not equal diag1 or two vertical lines, sum does not equal exclamation point equals diag2, then we'll open up the brackets and we can set the flag, set flag equals false. Boom. Now we need to check if all rows and columns match the reference sum by coming underneath this, and we're going to say for k and 0 dot dot less than 3, we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to say if row square bracket k, come outside of that, exclamation point equals, so does not equal sum, or two vertical lines, call square bracket k, come outside of that, does not equal sum. Then we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to say flag equals false, come outside of that or underneath that, and we can break. Now, if all sums match and exactly 9 unique values are present, this subgrid is a valid magic square. So that means we could come right here and check, and we'll say if flag and two and signs set underscore m dot count equals 9, then we'll open up the brackets and we'll say ands plus equals, sorry y'all, it should be plus equals 1. Boom. Then finally, we need to return the total number of magic squares found by coming right here, and we could just say return ands, just like that, y'all. And that should be all she wrote. Let's give it a run before we submit it, make sure it runs properly. Okay, we have an error, equal white space somewhere. Okay, so this right here, need to add a space right there. Let's run it again. Okay, another equal white space. Okay, right here, let's put a space right there and run it again. Okay, cannot find gird, so that should be grid. Let's run it again. Let's see. Okay, look like we get somewhere. It's accepted, so let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Let's see, and look at that, y'all. 0 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see, y'all. So with that being said, make sure you get one more look at the code. This is the top part. This is the middle. This is the second part, or no, this is the bottom. This is the rest of the code right here. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.